Anyway, yeah. So since we got them off to bed for their nap time, let's jump into it. I thought this is let me stop my music. This was very important to record because I'm going to be getting into a series where I teach people how to repair their credit. This is something that I talk about at length every week with people. And so I was just like, let me just go ahead and record this, get it out the way. But this is going to be a credit basics. I'm just kind of going to run through the basics that you need to know before fixing your credit. If you have some credit hiccups, what to look for, what we can do to fix credit, what is a credit score, and what is a credit report made of. So, give me a second. I'm going to share my screen and we'll jump right into the presentation. Grab your pens, grab your pads, and yeah, let's go. Let's do this. All right, let's see. Hmm, How do we get to? All right, so we're going to share. Am I sharing a desktop? Okay. All right, here we go. Hopefully you guys can see this. Okay, let's do presenter view. And hopefully you guys can see me here. Let me just jump on Zoom and see if you can see me. Okay, so understanding credit scores. It's so important to understand credit scores and credit reports before trying to improve your credit score in your report. Because if you don't understand what the credit score and the credit report is made of, it's going to be really, really hard to rectify some of the things that may be wrong with your report. So let me move this over here because I got some information over here that you guys need to see. So knowing the factors, today we're going to discuss the main factors that affect your credit score, such as payment history, how much credit you're using, how long you've had credit, and the types of credit you have. So the biggest one is going to be payment history. That accounts for 35% of your credit score. Next would be the amounts owed. Next is going to be the length of your credit history and follow which is going to be 15%. Credit mix and new credit are going to each make up 10%. Now you be 100% of your credit score. Checking your credit report. That's step one to knowing what's going on with your credit. Your credit score is kind of going to give you a little bit of an indicator of what's going on with your credit, but your credit report is really going to be the detail, the bread and butter, how to get into like, okay, what is really going on? That's what your credit report is going to tell you. So your credit score really doesn't mean very much. It's just like a snapshot, it's just a snapshot. This report is what's going to what drives that score and is way more important. So you want to check your report. There are multiple free ways that you can get a report, and I'm going to show you how. So the three main credit bureaus are going to be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So you can go right to their websites or to their apps. And you can get a free credit report every year from them. If you're working on your credit, you have any type of fraud or anything like that, then you can get one every 6 months for free from them as well. There are also tons of banking apps that will give you your credit score, and a lot of times they will give you access to your credit report as well. I know that Capital One is great with that. Navy Federal, I've been able to obtain a lot of great information through my Navy Federal banking as well. My husband used to bank with Franklin Mint. I believe they give you a credit score as well. A lot of banks do. Freeannualcreditreport.com. For other millennials like me, you've probably heard the jingle a million times when we were a little younger. Well, freeannualcreditreport.com is still up and running, and you can get a free credit report from them and free credit scores too. But again, more importantly, your credit report. See what's on that credit report. Paying your bills on time. That makes up 35% of your FICO score. 35%. So that's the largest single factor of your credit score. If this alone will kill your credit if you miss a payment. So you have to understand this. Even one late payment of 30 days or more can cause your score to drop 50 to 100 points. Now, if you have multiple derogatory remarks, then it probably won't hurt you all that much. But if you have none, then that's going to impact your score right away. On time payments build a strong and trustworthy credit profile over time. So, this is what creditors want to see. They want to see on time payments. Reduce credit card balances. So, your credit card utilization makes up about 30% of your FICO score. That's the second biggest factor. Um, and your best practice is to keep your utilization to below 30%, ideally below 10%. And the reason why is, first of all, what is utilization? Utilization is the culmination or the amount of credit that you have in its entirety. So you got 5,000 here, you got 10,000 here, you got a credit card over here, you have a revolving account over here, you have a car payment over here, you have a mortgage over here. All of those things together are going to give you your total picture of credit, right? So say you have $100,000 in credit available to you. Okay, cool. If you use, if you go out and buy a $50,000 car and you have $100,000 available to you, then that is 50% utilization just like that, right off the bat. So again, we said that you want to keep your utilization below 30%. So you probably want to buy a car that's 30,000 or less, probably less. Um, and even better, if you can keep it below 10%, it shows that you are not anywhere near maxing out your credit. It shows that you're worthy of additional credit and that you can handle the credit that you have because you're not overextending yourself. Overextending yourself is when you have more credit than what you can pay back. Avoid opening too many accounts too quickly. That is going to be a negative effect on your credit score as well. So each time you apply for credit, a hard inquiry is added to your report. Too many inquiries within a short time can drop your credit score by 5 to 10 points each. So each time you get an inquiry on your credit, then you're going to get points taken off, like right off the bat. If you have a bunch of them, again, it won't impact you as much. But if you don't have any, then one or two is really going to be a major thing. Not only that, when you are shopping around for different things like big purchases like a car, a home, then you do have a little bit of a grace period where you can shop, and it's about 5 days where you can shop multiple carriers and it still will not make a huge impact on your credit. But again, those are for things like cars and homes. Multiple inquiries suggest that you may not have financial stability or you may be credit hungry. That's a flag. That's a major red flag to creditors. FICO generally considers inquiries made within 12 months. However, they remain visible on the report for 2 years. So the negative impact of an inquiry are only going to impact you negatively for about 12 months. So that first year will negatively impact you. But also, creditors can see those for up to 2 years. So even though it may not be taken away 10 points per inquiry anymore, they will see that, hey, this person has applied 15 different times for credit and, probably were denied. Why? And it's going to raise more questions. So you want to make sure that you don't have unnecessary inquiries. It also lowers the average of the age of credit. That's very, very important. Your credit over time will give, or this picture that you're painting with your credit report is showing people your credit worthiness. So if you have too many accounts that you're open all of a sudden, it's red flags. It's red flags. So you want to make sure that you're keeping in mind the average of your credit over time, what types of accounts you're applying for, how often you're applying, and are you getting denied or are you getting approved, and why. Keep old accounts open. So it improves your credit score, the length of your credit history, which again, it accounts for 15%. And credit scoring models like the FICO and the Vantage score reward consumers with a larger track record. Well, I'm sorry, with a longer track record. And The FICO score and the Vantage score are two major credit models that most creditors are looking at. More people look at the FICO score, more banks look at the FICO score. However, the Vantage score is actually becoming more and more popular as well. The longer your credit accounts have been active, especially with with on-time payments, then the better your score is going to be. You want to diversify your credit types. A credit mix is going to make up 10% of your FICO score. So the types of credit that you have. There are two really major different types of credit, which are going to be revolving and installment accounts. Revolving credit, it looks like a credit card or a line of credit. That's going to be something that you can borrow, repay, and then borrow again, and then repay again and borrow again. As long as that credit history is in, good standing. An installment credit is going to be more like your auto loan, so your car payment, student loans, mortgages, personal loans. These are things that you get credit, extend credit, you pay it back with interest, and then eventually, it's done. You have to apply for another loan. You borrow a fixed amount, you pay it back, and set payments over time. Again, plus interest. Don't forget about interest. When we're talking about credit, interest is a huge factor that people do not talk enough about, do not understand enough about. And if you don't understand interest, then you will be on the wrong side of it. And unfortunately, things will happen like repos, like evictions and things like that. I've been there. You don't want to go down those roads. So now that you understand the basics of credit, who needs help fixing their credit? Well, I'm not going to charge you to help you fix your credit, but I am going to do probably a four-part series, just kind of combing through credit reports, talking more about how to fix your credit on your own for free. And I will give you the prompts to help you use AI as well so that you don't have to buy templates. I was thinking about maybe making them available, but again, none of this is going to work if you don't work it. So this is totally free. You can do this for free. You don't have to buy anything. But check me out in my next video, and hopefully you're ready to start on your credit journey, and hopefully I can help you along the way. Talk to you soon.